start with reaction cards. Some things to note: I am not covering signature spells, and I am only focusing on popular cards. Let's go! First we have Defy. It is an incredibly efficient counterspell for just 1 energy and a green power cost. It stops a spell before it resolves, provided the spell costs no more than 4 energy and 1 power. Even with that restriction, it safely counters many of the popular spells in the game. Maximizing its value comes down to perfect timing. Always monitor what your opponent has in their pool, wait for the right targeted spell, and shut down their momentum for a massive resource advantage. Next we have Discipline. This is a straightforward combat trait costing 2 energy. It surprises your opponent mid-showdown by granting one of your units +2 might for the turn, turning a losing combat trait into a possible clean victory. Because it instantly draws you a card upon resolution, it replaces itself immediately. This allows you to protect your board state and destroy an enemy threat without draining your hand momentum. And so you may be wondering, what's the difference between Not So Fast and Defy? So this is a 2 energy defensive shield that completely negates any enemy spell or ability targeting your friendly units or gear. And unlike Defy, which specifically targets and counters spells based on their resource cost, Not So Fast doesn't care how expensive the enemy play is. It can even stop powerful character abilities. However, its main restriction is that it must target something aiming at your own units or gear. By casting this directly in response to your opponent's biggest single target removal or nasty debuffs, you completely blank their play, leaving their resources wasted while keeping your valuable assets safe on the board. Next we have On Guard. This is an efficient 1 energy reaction that grants a friendly unit +1 might, which doubles to a total of 2 might if it is the only unit you control at that location. With no extra power costs to worry about, it acts as the ultimate tool for solo defenders. Springing this during a tight showdown lets an isolated unit unexpectedly survive a lethal blow or punch back hard enough to clear the field for a minimal investment. Lastly, we have Valmore, the massive 8 energy unit that demands 2 green power costs to deploy, but it features the ambush keyword. This allows you to drop it onto a battlefield as a surprise reaction mid-showdown, as long as you already have units fighting there. Once it hits the board, enemy units with less might than Valmore cannot deal combat damage at all, completely blanking the damage of an opposing army. Plus, whenever it successfully holds the location, you draw a card. Dropping this colossal spider completely locks down the battlefield, refills your resources, and swings the entire match in your favor. And now let's move on to action cards. Let's go! First we have Back Off. It is a flexible 3 energy spell that stuns a unit, completely preventing it from dealing combat damage for the turn. Thanks to the hidden mechanic, you can pay a single power cost upfront to store it face down and react with it later for 0 cost. Alternatively, playing it straight from your hand for its full energy cost lets you draw a card. This allows you to smoothly cycle your deck when resources are high, or bank it early to shut down a massive enemy attacker mid-showdown for free. And then we have Emperor's Divide. This is a 2 energy utility spell that allows you to pull any number of friendly units from a battlefield back to the safety of your base. Using its hidden mechanic, you can set it up early for 1 power cost to hold a 0 cost reaction in your back pocket. It serves as the perfect emergency button if a showdown goes sideways or an opponent drops an unexpected board clear. You can save your entire army instantly and leave their setup hitting nothing but empty air. And we have come to the end of this video. I hope it was useful for you. You have learned something from it. Hopefully it was helpful and informative. And do like and share. Remember to follow me so you do not miss out on our next part where we cover order cards, order runes. Yes. See you in the next one. Bye!